We are live and we're vertical. We're vertically live now. We're vertically challenged. We're vertically challenged and we're vertically live on this show. Welcome, one. Welcome all to the Michael Garza show. I'm your host, obviously, Michael Garza. Hello. I got my bougie white woman coconut water. We're gonna go live. We're definitely getting the bougie white woman coconut water always. But we're ready to submit, we're ready to commit, and ready to do our thing, and your thing. Thing. Yeah. You gotta say thing like the way Chris Hansen says that thing. Thing. We're gonna monetize this really quick, and anytime we go live, we gotta hit that monetization button because it makes us a little bit of money. You know, Daddy likes to make money off of his crypto schemes. As you all know, vertical lives allow me to reach a wider audience, and by that I mean they're as wide as I am, and as wide. But yeah, so we're talking about how ETFs can really help you spread out your risk, and this is a topic that I really enjoy talking about. Is first off, I love spreading things. I love spreading butter across toast. I love spreading my cheeks for my woman. I mean, I love spreading my cheeks. but no, I like spreading out my risk more than I like spreading out my cheeks. Now, why do I like to talk about that? Because I'm a sicko. Deep down at the heart of hearts, I'm a sicko. A little bit, not too sick, just a little sick, twisted in the head. But no, I love spreading out my cheeks for my woman, but I also enjoy spreading out my risk. Now, when I spread out my risk, usually I'm using ETFs, exchange-traded funds, because exchange-traded funds allow me to diversify without paying an arm and a leg. For example, if I get the VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange-traded fund, it's a good fund. It's a good one. It tracks. It holds like 500 plus companies that are obviously in the S&P 500, and it weighs them out by market cap. So, for instance, like Microsoft, they're gonna have a lot of Microsoft. They're gonna have a lot of Apple in that ETF for sure. The whole idea is very simple. An ETF allows you to get exposure to all these great, fantastic companies without having to spend an arm and a leg to diversify. So, for example, if I wanted to buy one share of every single company in the S&P 500, I'm going to have ChatGPT do some girl math real quick. I'm actually kind of curious to see if ChatGPT can calculate this. How much is the VOO per share? I'm going to ask this to GPT real quick. Okay, $592.84. If I wanted to buy one share of every single company in the S&P 500, how much would I have to pay in total? Wow, so ChatGPT is telling me if you were to go out and buy one full share of each company in the S&P 500, you'd need roughly $85,000. This estimate comes from a user-generated calculation on Reddit where they compiled the closing prices of approximately 500 companies, summed them up, and the total cost came to $84,724.77. Now, there's a few things to consider, is what ChatGPT is saying. Approximate number of stocks. The S&P 500 often includes slightly more than 500 stocks, typically around 503, because some companies have multiple share classes like Alphabet G and Alphabet L. Practicality, buying one share of each stock means you'd spend about $85,000, but you're getting an unequal weighting, meaning your portfolio wouldn't reflect the actual S&P 500 index weights. The alternative approach, many investors prefer ETFs such as the VOO, SPY, or the IVV, which are designated to replicate the performance of the S&P 500 at a far lower cost and with proper market cap weightings. So that's a big deal. So I hope that makes sense. So essentially, you could buy one share of every single company in the S&P 500. It would be very awkward in the weighting, but it would be very good. Gage is asking if I could give a shout out to his friend. And by the way, are you talking about Steve Kerr's son? Kerr. So Steve Kerr has a son named Nick, and his last name is Kerr. I'm not going to say Nick and then the last name because I will not indulge you guys that way. But are you talking about Steve Kerr's son, Gage? Leroy Joseph says, hi. Jack's Cab Confession says, you could also deep throat a frozen corn dog. That is a possibility. That would be hilarious and weird. I don't know. Maybe. I might. You name a price, and I might. Gage is saying free Diddy. Hello, Leroy Joseph as well. Didn't Diddy get out free? I think Diddy is free. Like, I think they found him not guilty. By the way, free Diddy. Diddy's free, dude. The Didster's back, dude. Diddy's back, man. He's ready to attack. You know, I think we're a very Diddy focused channel on this, channel. We enjoy the Didster. Do we think he's a good person? No. The P. Diddler is not a good person. But he is still a legendary hip-hop artist. I think somebody just fired off a cannon. Give me 1 second. So Gage is asking, would you kiss Lil Nas X? And to that I say, God damn it. You guys gotta stop asking me these Diddy style freak off questions. That show is not made for that kind of language. Carved Fish says, what about the gold at Fort Knox? Why isn't anyone talking about that? Did they steal the gold? Was there a heist? Have they been stealing the gold from Fort Knox? If that's the case, we got a major conspiracy on our hands if that's the case. I don't know if it's true or not, but... Here's the thing, though, man. Only thing I could do right now is bet against stupid things like Bitcoin. Keep investing. I'm going to keep investing, obviously, in things that are long-term as well. But using ETFs to bet against Bitcoin's been very valuable to me. I would like to bet against micro penis strategies, though. Michael Saylor's company. Part of me is very tempted to. I'm pretty sure all you guys have heard of my boy Michael Saylor. The problem with Michael Saylor that I have is that obviously he's a Bitcoin shill. And he acts like everything he says is gospel, but he acts like Bitcoin is the greatest invention of humankind, which could not be more further from the truth. Gage is asking, should I make Hitler? Hey, dude, make whatever you want, man. If you want to make. Well, here's the thing, man, Gage. If you were to make Hitler coin, you would have to make fewer. Get it? Fewer of them. There would have to be fewer than Bitcoin. That's the. Oh man. But anyway, I thought it was a funny joke. Carved Fish says, "Do you invest in the Hawk to a crypto?" God no. If I could bet against all of these celebrity cryptos, though, if there were like swaps I could just get a hold of that would allow me to profit off their downfall, absolutely I would. I'd bet against them. Gage says, "I'm a burn 'em or I'm a bum 'em." You know, burn them or whatever. Oh God. But yeah, overall, I think that crypto is a net negative to society. All of it. Bitcoin is. All cryptocurrencies are a net negative. I don't believe they offer anything of real value, except for blockchain technology is very fascinating. But I don't think it should be used for currency. I think it should be used for other types of decentralized projects that companies are deciding to work on if it makes their lives a little bit easier. I think decentralized phone applications is an interesting application for it. So, Ultra Fire says last month was the month of July. My man. But yeah, overall, yeah, Michael Saylor just acts like he's got the gospel, the understanding of Bitcoin, my click coin, and we all know that Bitcoin's garbage at the end of the day. I think we all do. I at least hope everybody is aware. Carved Fish is asking, what about trusting AI to analyze and invest in certain crypto for you? I don't know, man. I think that that sounds kind of dumb, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because here's the thing, even AI can't predict when a massive crypto crash is going to happen. So you're really taking a huge chance. I say if you're going to use AI to analyze anything, use AI to analyze something that's actually valuable and something that is safe to swing trade or day trade, for example. If I were to have an AI analyze anything, it wouldn't be crypto. I would not have AI swing trade or day trade crypto. I would have AI swing trade and day trade ETFs specifically. Maybe like an S&P 500 ETF. Hell, even the VT, even though the VT is not very volatile. But like something that has some volatility to it. But even if it were to crash, something that you'd want to buy more of and not have to dump the load, right? If that makes sense. But yeah, no, I think crypto is untrustworthy because even though you can have AI day trade crypto, what's to prevent crypto from going down that day to near zero levels? Here's the thing about crypto is it has no intrinsic value. And as we say on this channel, anything with an intrinsic value of zero goes to zero. That's the biggest battle cry of this channel. Ultrafire says Bitcoin, thumbs down. Without a doubt, Ultrafire, without a doubt, man. I'm pointing to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm off my rocker? Do you guys think I'm very sexy? Yeah, but Bitcoin deserves to go down. Well, I mean, anything with an intrinsic value eventually goes down to zero. Anything with an intrinsic value of zero, mind you, eventually goes to zero. That's how it's supposed to go anyway. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Zaddy's a madman? Have I lost my cool? Am I not zesty enough anymore? Oh my god. You have to give me a second, folks. Just looking at a couple of things. Gotta get a couple things figured out. All right, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that spreading out your risk through ETFs is a good idea? I mean, I think it is, but everybody's got their opinion on it. I prefer to, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have individual companies as well, individual stocks. But a lot of my ETFs are traditionally international stock ETFs, and for that, and because of that, well, and the reason for it is obviously that it's very tough to buy international companies when you're in the U.S. Like, you can, it's just not as convenient. And there are plenty of exchange traded funds that purchase international companies. And because those exist, I am more than happy to put any amount of money I need to put into those ETFs because I want to get that international exposure. The point is, you want to be exposed to just about every single company you can without having to pay an arm and a leg for that diversification. And if you could do that, you're one step ahead of everybody else out there. Everybody. Because, I mean, I'm one step ahead of everybody because I'm hyper diversified. I can sleep soundly at night knowing that my portfolio will withstand the test of whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a win-win scenario. Carved Fish says I am betting on clear. What is clear? Like, are you talking about you're betting that everything's going to be clear and fine and transparent? Or are you betting on a company that's called Clear or some sort of stupid cryptocurrency called Clear? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about, G-Dog? What are we saying here? What are we doing? Don't know why. I gotta start singing more Creed. gonna see if there's anything interesting to react to on the world of YouTube, real quick. Hmm. Maria says, "Quit, give up." Maria, I ain't gonna quit. I'm too legit to quit. Carved Fish says, "Clear is the color of the next thing thrown on the court of the W." But no, I mean, the thing is, Maria, why should I quit? Why don't you quit? Hmm? Why don't you give up, Maria? Are you just jealous because, well, I'm Latino, but I don't look it? Is that it? It's the beauty. Maria, the only thing I'm going to give up on, I don't know. I gave up on a lot of things. I gave up on smoking, which is good. I quit alcohol for the most part. I still drink on occasion, don't get me wrong, but I don't really drink as much as I used to. Have healthier alternatives. I drink pomegranate juice, water. What should I quit, Maria? Tell me what I need to quit. Be more specific. But I ain't quitting. I'm too legit to quit. I'm the man. And I'm the man. Ooh. I got gas in the tank. I got money in the bank. Got news for you, baby. You're looking at the man. But what should I give up on, man? Maria says, "What the hell? What are we talking about, Maria? Tell me what the hell's going on? What should I give up on?" Hmm? Maria says, "Just a joke." Said hi. Well, I appreciate it. Even if you did tell me to give up, I wouldn't listen. Well, I would listen, but I wouldn't do. I would just defy you. I'm a defiant son of a bitch. I'm a freaky man. But yeah, overall, keep investing, everybody. Spread out your risk through various ETFs. I mean, you could buy one share of just about every ETF out there, and I think it's good for you. You should talk to a financial advisor, though. Don't just do something that some idiot on YouTube says. Talk to a financial advisor. Get some help. But yeah, I think it's exciting. I will say, just how many people are viewing the channel. You know, viewing these live videos. It really it means a lot to me, and I've been trying my best to keep pumping out content as quality as I can make it. You know. One moment. Oh, Tim Smith is in the house. Tim Smith, my man, dude, saying spreading my risk like a hooker spreading for Hunter. Oh man, we are a Hunter. We are pro Hunter Biden channel. We are all about. I was at a pizzeria earlier, by the way. I was at Gino's Pizza in North Bend. I'm not a fan of pineapple on pizza, but there was leftover that we had. This was more for my girlfriend on that one. I cannot stand pineapple on pizza. Ew. Well, I mean, I'll eat the pineapples individually. I just don't like it as a topping. It doesn't feel right. It never felt right to have pineapple on pizza. It's wrong. Is that pineapple? That's fucking pineapple. Getting rid of all the pineapples on here. Yeah, yes. Okay, here we go. Tim, my boy. It's good to see you, my man. Speaking of spreading my cheeks, Tim is spreading the risk and he's spreading the cheeks. At least it's what I'm assuming. You know me, I believe in spreading out my risk. Now, ETFs will always be it's not the most fashionable way, but it is a very effective way to spread out your risk through exchange traded funds. And I love them, man. I'm all about that life. Very good. Sorry for eating pizza in front of you guys. I got my pineapple. I had to pick off the pineapples on here. Classic pizzeria crust, by the way. Tim Smith says, I'm actually not spreading out risk right now. I put everything into MSTE. Leverage cover calls on MicroStrategy, 40% annual yield. Near $1,000 a month right now in distributions. Damn. Tim Smith says he's going to keep riding it until it dies. Hell yeah, why not, dude? Fuck yeah. What a beast. Hey, if it's giving out good distributions, man, it's got a good strategy behind it, hell yeah. See, I'm not going to say what Tim is doing is bad because it works for his risk tolerance. I've got some risk tolerance, but I'm afraid of over concentration into one thing. And Tim has an advantage over me. He has that. I'd say Tim has that advantage in mentality, and I think he's got a more mature mindset to be able to handle more of the some of the more risks. I don't think it's as risky as one would think either. Let's see. Banana Cream says, is this supposed to be controversial? Sky Blue question. What? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tim Smith says, if it drops below 60 cents a share in distributions, I'll probably sell it. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I did rack up, by the way, on a few more covered call ETFs just for the heck of it recently. They're just the standard, like, S&P 500 covered call ETFs. I found out there's a lot more covered call ETFs that exist that have come out recently. So, I checked the strategies for every single one of them, and they seem pretty sound. So I've just bought one share of every single one that I liked. And so I got a little more covered call distributions in my portfolio now, which is really handy. I've been kind of more income focused lately, as much as I want growth in my portfolio. Covered calls do give me the income that I need during certain times. and I like covered call ETFs. But majority of my portfolio is international stocks, U.S. stocks, you name it. But I upped the ante on the covered calls a little bit for sure, just because I was like, fuck it, what do I got to lose? Besides, the money you can make on the side is pretty nice. Tim Smith says, I'm not an investor right now, just writing this one stock mostly. But if I get enough distributions, we'll start to spread things back out again. Heck yeah, man. Hey, I say do what you believe is right and what works for your risk tolerance, man. I say go for it, brother. I mean, you know your risk. I think you know the risks better than I do on certain things. I mean, you probably looked into the MicroStrategies one a little bit more than I have. I trust your judgment, man. I know that you do your homework. From all the conversations that I've ever had with you, I know you're somebody who's really good at doing their homework and figuring out what you need to figure out. So I dig it. Banana Cream says ETF spread out risk. That's like the whole point. Exactly. And I think people need a reminder of that. You know? Because when people hear the word ETF, they don't really know what it means. Like, what's the point of it? And what I'm trying to tell people is that the point of it is spreading out risk. It allows you to spread out your risk without having to pay an arm and a leg for that diversification. That's what I'm trying to say, Banana Cream. Banana Cream, you gotta spread your cheeks for me, bro. Just kidding. I don't even know who you are, Banana Cream. I gotta stop asking random chatters to spread their cheeks. Don't spread your cheeks. Please. Spread out your risk. Don't spread out your cheeks. All right? That's probably the best lesson you can learn from this show. I mean, if you want to spread out your cheeks, that is a personal preference, right? But I do believe that spreading out risk is half the battle. Peach is good, by the way. One moment. All right. The fact that Tim is getting such amazing distributions per month is pretty damn inspiring to me, man. Makes me want to experiment on a couple ideas. Mm. Tim asks, did you watch Alex Stein's Enrageous Chat? I actually saw that clip, dude. Holy sh. Dude, Alex Stein might be the funniest man alive. I was going to say that right now. Unreal. I watched the entire thing, dude. I was laughing my ass off the entire time. Dude, the man is might be the best comedian. Not just comedian, but truth speaker that we have seen in the last however many years. He's amazing. Banana Cream says, in my opinion, the best way to diversify is to have a satellite style of investing. Have like 5 core positions, mainly passively managed ETFs, and the rest equities. That's not bad. But yeah, back to Alex Stein, dude. Tim, dude, the guy's amazing. Like, that was the funniest thing. I was laughing so hard, dude. My man was turning draft kings into draft queens, man. I love it. He's exposing the absurdities, man. That's what Alex Stein does, dude. He exposes the absurdities of all this stuff. Banana Cream says, in my opinion, the best way... Yeah, I already read that. Adrian Garza says, my last name is Garza too. And Adrian Garza also bought QQQI. Heck yeah. Hey, we're both a couple Mexican brothers. Latinos in the house. We're Latinos, baby. Adrian, you might be one of my long-lost Mexican brony brothers. Maybe like a Mexican cousin. We got the same last name, brother. We both Latinos. Oh, yeah. Latino burrito. Sorry I'm eating in front of you guys. Pizza's so good. I eat and breathe pizza, man. Tim Smith says, craft beer update. Just scored a pink guava passion fruit milkshake sour. What? My brain needs a moment to process that. So we got a pink guava passion fruit milkshake sour. That sounds really good. Are you drinking it right now? If you're drinking it right now, man, you gotta let me know how that tastes. Is it like just an IPA or something, or is it just Oh, it's in the fridge. Yeah, you gotta let that thing cool down, man. Gotta let that beer stay cool. Gotta chill it out and then chug it down, baby. I'm just drinking some apple juice right now. What a beast, dude. Oh, what a beast, oh, what a man. This is so good. Man, oh man. Give me more. Oh shit. So Tim Smith is saying, one moment. Joel Petroikis and Joshua Burge did a sequel to Buzzard called Vulcanizadora. It was kind of crappy though. Buzzard is way better. I actually liked Buzzard. That was a weird movie, but I it had a lot of cryptic messages I felt to it, but also if you really took the time to analyze it for what it was, you kind of started to understand what was going on. It's still a trippy ass fucking movie, and it's still tough to understand. And I think it's meant to be interpreted in a lot of different ways, and it kind of lets the viewer decide how to interpret the movie. That's the one thing I liked about Buzzard. Sometimes when you capture lightning in a bottle, it's kind of tough to do it twice, you know? Sometimes you make something so good that when you try to do it a second time or make a sequel to it, sometimes the magic just goes away. That's the thing that sucks. So sometimes things don't need a sequel, and when they do have a sequel, sometimes it's better. Other times it's like, oh boy. Tim Smith says, two friends take a trip through a Michigan forest intent on carrying out a disturbing pack. It was kind of boring, though. The party zone guy blows himself up, and then not much really happens. Oh. Well, I'll have to check it out. It sounds like a... I might have to check it out on my own time. I'm assuming it's on Tubi TV probably or something like that. I bet I could find it somewhere on the internets. Freaking Party Zone, dude. That was a really good movie, though. I'll admit, I really liked that movie. It took a little bit of time for me to appreciate it. But the more I think about the movie, I did really enjoy it. I should review the trailer. All right, let's do a quick reaction. Let me pull up Firefox real quick. Give me 1 second, folks. Mo, before they turn off all the lights. All right, here we go. All right, so what was this called again? Let's see. Vulcanize the Dora. Okay. Vulcanize the Dora. There we go. I think I found it. Oh, I think we just found it. Let's see, which has the longest trailer? This has the longest trailer, so we'll go with the longer one. Let's put on the headphones for this real quick. Son of a bitch. Standing on the edge of forever. All right. Let's watch it, man.
My name is Derek Skiba, and you're watching Faces of Death.
They don't do intros.
Oh my gosh, Marty.
Oh. Forgot my keys on the bus. You are gonna lose your brain, dude. This is gonna be so awesome. I really need this, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh! Well. Yeah, that kind of sucked. One last swim. Miss it out! You don't think that we can go to hell for this, right?
You know Derek? Where is he?
I feel better. I think I feel better.
Yeah, you feel better now. But tomorrow, you're gonna feel bad again.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Exactly what did I just watch. What did I just watch? Now, interesting trailer. I'm still trying to figure out how to interpret what I just saw, and that's okay. Hold on. I love those guys, by the way. Very funny dudes. I'm still trying to figure out like I said, trying to figure out what the heck I just saw. Tim Smith says that he watched it on YouTube for about $5. That's not bad. That's actually a pretty good price. I'm debating on watching it. Maybe not anytime soon. But I am tempted because I do like both of those guys. Because when I watched Buzzard, that was really a hell of a movie, man. Buzzard was awesome. But seeing kind of a sequel to it, I don't know. I liked Buzzard so much because I watched that one for free. I didn't have to pay a single dime to watch that one. I watched it on Tubi. And you sure this isn't on Tubi? Well, it may not be old enough to be on Tubi. Sometimes I think a lot of the older stuff ends up on Tubi later, so it's possible. It's awesome though, man. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. But let's see what else we got on the tubes. No, I'm not seeing anything really of interest at the moment. S47 says, "What's up, buddy? Nothing much, my man. Just looking through the tubes, trying to decipher the trailer that I just watched. Looks pretty interesting." The Vaudoir. Tim Smith says developing Fordoon Fire near Kuzbeg covers 6+ acres. Full response underway. What? Damn, dude. I had no idea there was a fire going on. S47 asks, you like car videos? Doug DeMuro is a legend. I'm okay with car videos. Car videos are pretty fun. Tim Smith says, Bow Wow, North Bend Police Department prepares for launch of new K9 program. Hell yeah. Tim Smith is keeping me up to date in my own town. Let's see. S47 says, you watch Kill Tony? Great podcast. Yeah, it's pretty fun, man. I love Kill Tony. I don't watch it all the time. I do watch occasionally if there's like if Adam Ray is on there or something like that. Adam Ray is really funny. Adam Ray's incredible, dude. He's the best. As you can see, I watch a lot of like videos that are investing related, like this Dividendology is a pretty good YouTube channel. Well, let's see. Tim Smith says launched. Congresswoman Hoyle was in Coos Bay on August 1st to announce the $100 million in funds coming to the Port of Coos Bay for continued development of the Pacific Coast Intermodal Port Project. Interesting. Hell yeah. Adam Ray is great. Shane Gillis too, absolutely. Myrtle Point, 10:19 p.m. Illegal fireworks. Maryland, 19th. Tim Smith also says Coos Bay, 10:24 p.m. Loud noise. Norman Avenue. S47 says, what do you think about the 31 Atlas thing? Are we cooked? I don't know. It's interesting because, first off, I don't think it's on a trajectory for Earth as far as I know. But they are saying that the object does have erratic movement. So that's interesting. I don't know what to make of it. There's some are theorizing that it's an alien vessel. Fascinating theory. Don't know how founded it is, though. Tim Smith says, let's go. Coos Bay, 546. 546 fight. And North 8th Street, West Commercial Avenue. Illegal camping, end of Fulton. Damn, dude. Tim Smith is looking up all of the crime that's been going on in Coos Bay and North Bend, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of crap that happens. Oh, the Viagra Boys. This is a good band, by the way. Viagra Boys are fantastic, dude. If you guys get bored, you guys want to find a good band to listen to, I think your best introduction to the Viagra Boys would be Punk Rock Loser. Very good starting song for anybody who wants to get into the Viagra Boys. Just a solid band. I ain't your average normal dude, I sure ain't glamorous, but I keep things loose, you ain't your average punk rock loser, yeah, I'm a savage. CS47 says Paramount gets rid of Colbert and now they have money for UFC. Absolutely. Paramount replaced garbage with programming that people want to watch. People want to watch fighting, man. UFC is very exciting. I don't watch a lot of UFC. I'm not much of a. I do like watching boxing if I see it on TV for sure, or if I just see it online. I do like watching a boxing match. Tim Smith says Colbert for UFC is the best trade in the history of TV. Absolutely, dude. Abso-fucking-lutely. And why not? The UFC brings in a lot of money, man. Brings in a lot of eyeballs. People want to watch the UFC. So it makes perfect sense, man. They need to put the UFC though on UPN. Paramount used to have a channel called UPN back in the day. It had Star Trek Enterprise on it and some other cool like Jake 2.0, which was a sexy show. Oh snap. For real, Tim, absolutely, dude. Yeah, it's the best trade in the history of TV, without a doubt. Tim Smith nailed it on the head, bro. Tim also says, call CoffeeZilla at 9:54 a.m. There was fraud on 1400 Ocean Boulevard. Oh my God. S47 says, excited for this fight at the White House. LOL. Dude, if that happens, it's pimp. I want to see Conor McGregor get back in the ring, dude. I love Conor McGregor. The greatest Irishman of all time. But interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that the UFC is going to Paramount. That's wild. Because weren't they doing like pay-per-view for the most part? And now that it's not on pay-per-view, that's going to be very interesting. I think they're going to make a lot of money, though. Tim Smith is also asking, did someone trash a Taco Bell at 2:28 p.m. disorderly conduct? Damn, dude, there's a lot of crap that seems to happen in Coos Bay, North Bend when I'm like, okay, I go to some of these locations and I never get to witness. And thank goodness I don't have to witness any of this crap because I don't feel like witnessing it. But I tend to arrive when nothing crazy's happening. Thank goodness. S47 says, have you tried McGregor's whiskey? It's kind of terrible. Whiskey in general is normally not the greatest tasting thing in the world. But then again, I don't know. I have not tried his whiskey, but next time I'm in the liquor store, if I see any of it, as long as it's not overpriced up the ass, I should probably buy some. Yeah, so that sounds pretty good to me. Tim Smith says, climate change, 6:35 a.m. Littering on 1509 Virginia Avenue. I'm reporting this like Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC. I see that you've been littering. Why don't you have a seat over here? Is that Mountain Dew can yours? That's crazy though, man. That's wild. S47 says, this one is really bad. LOL. What is bad, my man? What's bad? Tesla's Cybertruck fail. What? Well, I do like whiskey, but I don't really buy any expensive whiskey. So if it's expensive, I'm probably not going to get it. I'm really a Canadian Mist kind of guy. I'm very basic. I tend to run fairly bottom shelf whiskey whenever I do purchase hard liquor. I kind of like the bottom shelf vodka. I do like the Dan Aykroyd. If you guys ever get bored, there's a vodka that is shaped like a skull, And it's the Dan Aykroyd vodka. It's a little more spendier, but my buddy Nathan and I got a bottle of it once. It's cheaper than Jameson? All right. Hell, if it's cheaper than Jameson, F it. I do like Jameson whiskey, though. I haven't had it in a while, but it's pretty good. Well, I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to view this one. I am not going to lie, I'm a little tired at the moment. I do got to start preparing for bed. I got to get up a little early. But I do want to say I appreciate you guys tuning in and doing yo thing. But, yep, just got some stuffs I got to do tomorrow and got to work tomorrow and all that jazz. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say to all you people. You people. Well, I got nothing at the moment, but hey, Tim, I want to thank you for recommending that movie, or at least, well, kind of recommending it. Thanks for telling me about it, because I probably will end up watching it, because I do like the chemistry between those two actors, the guys from the Buzzard movie that are doing that sequel. I do want to see it, even if the movie kind of sucks, just because I really do like those guys' chemistry, and I'm pretty curious about it overall. So, but to S47AS, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you, Tim Smith, as always. I love it when you're here in the chat and just tuning in and chilling out. Honestly, Gage was talking about Free and Diddy earlier. Jack's Cab Confessions was on for a little bit. Just really cool. It's really cool to see everybody on here. My cousin, my Latino cousin out there was on here. I'm assuming that we have the same last name, so I assume he's my cousin. But I do want to thank you guys again. Oh. Whew. About to sneeze. Thank you guys, and I'm out. I'm ending the stream.